Billionaire co-founder of Waze and now the co-founder and chairman of Pontera, Uri Levine. It's great to have him here. You're a fintech firm that basically allows financial advisors to report, manage on, rebalance the retirement accounts of their clients. You must be in support, I would assume, of this move by the president.
So I definitely do think that adding additional alternatives creates better results at the end of the day. At the same time, creates more complexity, right? And so if I don't know as an individual to invest in private equity or in Bitcoins or whatever, then I'd rather have a financial advisor help me out there.
But this, I think, a lot on Wall Street have been really pushing for this. And this is something that President Trump actually wanted to see happen in his first term. But it did. And then President Biden reversed it. So now here we go the other way again. But, finance has changed, from when mutual funds, were created when I got into the stock market. And now it's Bitcoin, it's private equity. And we don't have as many publicly traded companies anymore. We have less than we did in the 90s. So wouldn't this make sense to open this up for the average person?
So I think that, and this is where the nature of the beast is, right? You mentioned 90 million Americans, right? And we don't know enough about our retirement. We don't know if we're going to have enough. We don't know what do we invest at, right? And the result is that we are not, if we don't know, we are not doing the right thing. And to a certain extent, I would say what prevents us from making the right decisions is either we don't care, or we don't know, or we are unable to make decisions, or we're simply not disciplined enough. And this is why I would say, if you have 401k, if you have retirement saving, you want to have a professional advice. You want to reach out to your financial advisors that is currently maybe managing your brokerage account and get them to manage your 401k as well.
How would this executive order impact your business?
I think that it will create complexity, and as a result, more people would need an advice. And the result is that, and look, Pontera at the end of the day is the platform that allows financial advisors to manage your 401k, right? So you choose your advisor, and that is the person that you trust, and that is the person that you're paying in order to be on your side to manage your account.
Now, with the critics of this move, and I want to get your take because obviously your years of experience, the critics would say, well, these are more risky assets. And the thing that you don't want to see to be risky is a 401k. Respond to that.
It's the other way around. The risk is that you will not have enough. So at the end of the day, if we look at private equity in general, they have higher return than stock market, right? And the reason is that you give up liquidity in order to have better returns, right? And so for the long-term saving, having more assets that in general might be generating higher returns and definitely higher results are way more important.
Well, you know what? There was a recent retirement survey from Schroders. It's the average American, they say, needs $1.28 million to comfortably retire. Only 30% of Americans say they're on track for that. 30%.
So, if you are doing general contribution to saving and investing that in the right assets, you will have enough.
Well, I just want to let our viewers know this is breaking news that we just got word from the White House that the president has indeed just signed behind closed doors the order that Uri and I are talking about right now, and that is that private assets, private equity, think cryptocurrencies, think real estate, those items can now be available on the signing of this order from the president, which he just signed behind closed doors at the White House that you're seeing on your screen. This changes the game for people that have 401ks and want to do these investments. And I'll ask you this too. Look at Blackstone. Blackstone was one of the big players when it came to buying it. They can go out and buy 100 houses or 200 houses when the market is in trouble, and they can make that investment. Now the average person could have access to that. Seems exciting.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Uri Levine, thank you so much for being here.